G'day, welcome to my channel. This video is really for my subscribers because it's a bit of housekeeping and an announcement about how I'm going to be changing stuff that I do on YouTube, and also a really scary but at the same time exciting change to what's going on in our lives. Now, some of you might only know me via YouTube, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a background. About 13 years ago, I started working, researching a method of farming called aquaponics. And that's a really simple idea where you combine aquaculture and hydroponics into the one system. Very simple, really cool. You feed the fish feed the plants basically clean the water, and the water gets returned to the fish in an endless circulating loop. The water savings are incredible, like 98% water savings are relatively easily achievable. And when I first came across this idea, we were in the middle of the drought and I couldn't understand why it wasn't being used commercially. So I set about trying to work out why, and then having found out why, I went on to solve those problems. Rolling forward 5 or 6 years, I had 7 or 8 patents that were ready to go, and I wanted to raise the capital to get that first commercial system off the ground. Rolling forward 5 years and some very, very close starts, including once when we literally had bulldozers on site ready to work the next day, when there was a problem with the investor that afternoon and all the wheels fell off. I tried, I really gave it everything, and I just couldn't make it work. I couldn't get the funds together to make it happen. And the pace that I was setting myself really wasn't sustainable. So 2 years ago, when things still hadn't worked and we were forced to come to Bendigo, I was basically burnt out and pretty much, well, given up. Had some crushing disappointments in that last year where I had several projects almost coming off and then fail, and I was over it. And I was just sort of recovering from that crash and getting comfortable with life, and that I was going to be a full-time carer for my son, who has this pretty serious medical condition, and was going to do stuff in the yard and make stuff and do woodwork and play with the mill and do videos, and that was going to be life. When late last year I was contacted by a guy who wanted to set up an aquaponics system, and coincidentally he was working in Bendigo at the time. Now, this is where things get interesting. I'm about to head off on a scoping trip for where he wants to build the greenhouse, build the system, in about 2 weeks. The scary, exciting, interesting thing, daunting thing, is that he wants to build it in India. India. Last Friday my passport arrived. The visa should be arriving Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. And he's looking to have me on a plane on the 23rd, 24th of this month, June 2018. Now, as you can appreciate, that's going to mean some massive changes for our family. Things are going to be tricky. Tricky because Sarah's going to have to be looking after the kids, including Aidwood. Finances are still going to be incredibly tight because it's an Indian project, which is going to mean Indian wages, at least in the initial stages, to get it off the ground. We're not going to be out of pocket as a family, but our finances aren't going to improve any in the short term. But I've got no other way of making the money that we need to buy a new wheelchair vehicle, to get a bigger house as the family starts growing. A bigger house as the family starts growing. Not more kids, just the kids getting older. And I need to make money to do that. So I'm still going to keep bringing in tools from Japan. I'm still going to be selling them on eBay. I'm still going to be doing wood stuff. I'm still going to do YouTube. It's just how I'm going to do all that is going to change. Like, for example, I used to do repeatedly, and that's specialize my content. So I've started 2 other YouTube channels. One for what I do with Japanese tools, both the buying and selling, the restoring, and also using them, like making stuff with the Japanese tools. I've started a separate prospecting channel, which a bunch of you have already seen. That's where all my modern prospecting stuff is going to end up. Down the track, I'll start another channel for my medieval reenactment. That's where the medieval prospecting videos will go, and then I'm going to do stuff as but I'm going to have to focus on the greenhouse project because that's the potential to really provide for my family. But anyway, that's what's happening. It is true. I am equally terrified and excited, and I hope you guys will still keep, you know, coming along for the ride. If you're interested in all the diverse stuff that I do, you're going to need to subscribe to all the diverse channels that I'm going to have. And if you're only interested in one thing, well then, you know, I'm going to have a specialized channel for that one thing, or at least, you know, eventually. But in the meantime, I'm madly trying to clean up the yard, trying to get some order in the place. There's a few things that I'm trying to finish before I go. Some videos that I'm really keen to get out, like I want the trip to go back to Malden to get that nugget that went missing, and that's going to be a pay dirt giveaway on the prospecting channel. There's a bunch of woodworking things I'm trying to finish off, like the medieval gold pan. I hope that's all clear. Some of the stuff some of the comments I've been making on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram about things are changing, exciting stuff, scary stuff happening, are now clearer. And I will see you in the next video on whatever channel it is.